Hey, welcome to this edition of the Promotional Products Show. Get your swag in the bag with myself. I'm host John Clark, and we also have Dan Toombs on board here. And we're talking about promotional products and how we can help you brand your business, get extra business, create leads, all sorts of things with these cool little gadgets, trinkets, trash, swag. There's lots of different promotional products, advertising specialties, lots of different ways to talk about the products that we love and sell. And today we're going to talk about one really important topic, issue, which is the legality of using trademark logos in your marketing materials. And Dan, thank you for joining the Promotional Products Show here as our co-host. And you wrote an article about this recently.
I did, John. Yeah, it's I thought it needed to be written because I've seen, just being on Google Plus and also on Twitter and the other social networks, I see a lot of businesses going out and spending a lot of money putting, having T-shirts made with their logo next to the Twitter logo or the Google Plus logo, and it's not allowed. So I thought I should put something together so that people will know what they can and can't do, and just to save them from getting in a little bit of trouble and possibly lose a lot of money as well.
Now, why isn't it allowed? Let's just get back to the remedial aspect. Why can't you do that?
Well, it's really up to the company itself, whatever company is, whoever's logo it belongs to. It could be whether we're talking about social media logos or we're talking about someone else's logo, like McDonald's. They can decide what can be printed and what can't. And for example, Google Plus, they will not allow you to print their logo on any promotional merchandise unless you get some kind of, unless they allow it to happen. You have to write to them and ask for permission, and usually that's not going to be granted. That's a good
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's other social networks such as, LinkedIn's the same as Google Plus, but Pinterest, they're very happy for you to use their logo as long as you stick to their guidelines.
Right.
Facebook has a similar policy. They'll allow you as long as you follow their guidelines. We can get into that as we talk today.
Yeah.
But I thought it was something that needed to be put in writing so that people can go and they can review it, and they can actually go and look at those. I've got links to the sections in each of those social media sites, so you can see what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I know that once this video actually is converted into, a live YouTube, or not really a live YouTube, but into a YouTube video, that in the comments, if somebody hasn't already seen the article or found it, maybe you might want to just in the comments add the link to, so people can go reread your article.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Maybe we could even put it on the video itself. We can give a link to it. But
okay, in the annotation.
Yeah, it's something that if you are thinking about promoting your business and you want to say, hey, I'm a member of Facebook, or I've got a we're on Twitter, you need to make sure that it's okay to do so, and where you can put these logos. If you're allowed to put them on your website, on your cap. You need to know where you stand legally, so you don't.
Yeah, and you know what? There seems to be. I mean, geez, if you did a search for social media icons on Google or any other search engine, you're going to come up with lots and lots and lots of, thousands of links to companies that are creating these like decks of social media icons for everybody to use, and some are free, some you have to pay for. And I'm not sure how that's even legal to do it, but I don't know. I
think a lot of them sites are being taken down now because it's not allowed. For example, a lot of times you'll see somebody maybe put a Twitter bird on their website. And I don't mean the logo Twitter bird. I mean just like a picture of a cartoon bird.
Right.
That's not allowed. Twitter does not allow you to do that. So, obviously, if it's a website, it's a little bit easier to take care of. But if you've put it on a sweatshirt and you bought 3,000 of them, you might wish that you hadn't.
Yeah, and you just are so fortunate enough that one person that you are giving a sweatshirt to happens to be in the legal department of that particular social
That would be
media
very
company,
bad luck.
yeah, you might be in a little bit of trouble, and that could be very, very costly. So I guess really the moral of today's story is that if you are hell-bent on using somebody else's trademark property on a marketing piece or a product, a promotional product that you and I both sell to companies, if you want to put that on there, boy, there are strict guidelines that you really need to use if you're even allowed to at all.
Yes, and there are strict guidelines, and a lot of, especially the newer companies that are coming into the business, a lot of promotional merchandise companies will not realize that that is a problem. They will just think we could put this Google Plus logo on the front of this shirt next to our customer's logo, and there's really no reason why. Why wouldn't Google want you to promote their Google Plus? Of course, they want you to promote Google Plus, but it's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Not in that way, anyway. I mean,
So,
I thought I'd go through a couple of things just to outline. I mean, obviously, if you're interested in this type of thing, you'll want to go and you'll want to see what each social media site says. But for example, Twitter, they will allow you to use their logo in packaging. So if you want to have some boxes put together that you're going to put a lot of your products in and tape them up, you can use some Twitter tape. To tape them up. That's not a problem as long as you use their logo the way that they want it to be shown. Facebook is they'll allow you to put your Facebook logo right here on the front of your shirt, as long as it's not larger than your own logo, and that there is a call to action. You can't just have you can't have a Facebook logo on your shirt unless you say something like "follow us." It has to have a call to action of some sort.
okay.
And one thing I thought was quite interesting is Google and YouTube being the same now. You're allowed to use YouTube logos on your clothing or any promotional merchandise. There's no problem. But unlike Facebook and Twitter, they will not allow you to put a call to action. So they can't say you cannot say watch our YouTube page. They won't allow that unless you make the YouTube be text. You can write visit our YouTube page, but if you want to have their logo on there, there could be no call to action. So it does get quite confusing, and you really do need to know where you stand.
Yeah, and every one of these social media sites, if you go to their main page and just did a search for logos, I guess specs, or logo guidelines, or icon guidelines, something like that, you're going to come up into the right page where you can read about what their guideline is, whether you can use it or not, how you can use it, how it's supposed to be presented on dark colors, how it's supposed to be presented on white or light colors, the exact PMS, which is Pantone matching systems, the color guide. This is what you and I probably live and eat with, these guides right here that has all colors. Yeah, so I mean, these are things that professionals like myself and you, Dan, we know these things, and we guide our clients into, if they want to use these things, we have to do our due diligence to make sure that, number one, we can do it if there's enough space, within the imprint area to add these icons. And really, I mean, for the local small business, how important really is it?
Yeah. And one thing I will add is you're saying that all of these social media sites have part of their site which explains their policy on printing their logo. I have gone and found all that information, so all you have to do is go to my blog and you will see all the different links. Go right there. So that'll make it easy anyway.
And for those that are watching right now, Dan, is it a long URL that you might just talk?
Well, it's one of the last. I haven't been blogging lately, so if you watch it right now, you'll just go to compgift.co.uk. But I'll make sure I put a link on the YouTube.
Okay.
But you'll see it right there on the right-hand side. As of today, you will anyway.
All right, cool. And that's
when I start writing more, it won't show up. But
okay, and that's in your lower third. That's your website that you have.
That's right. Yeah.
.co.uk.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So, all right. Well, That's excellent information. Uh, I mean, are there really some? Have you found or heard of people that have gotten cease and desist letters at all? And not to put you on the spot, I mean, if you haven't, that's cool.
No.
I haven't either, but I know that that has happened with other companies' trademarks that people have used, and they have, and it's just better to, I guess, be a little precautious.
Yes, I mean, the only thing I've never heard of anything from social media logos, cease and desist. I do know somebody quite well who has a barbecue website, and he was really wanting to promote. He loves. I'm not going to name the brand, but he loves a certain brand of barbecue, and he's been promoting that for 3 years, doing it for free, just saying, "Hey, isn't this thing great?" And this is the way you cook, this is how you cook this. This is how you cook this. And he promoted it for quite a lot, and all of a sudden he did receive, unbelievably, a letter from the company with a cease and desist saying, get that off now. Because I guess he had their logo on his site saying I endorse this brand, and these are all the different barbecues I use. And for some reason they decided, okay, we want that off of there. You're not allowed to use our logo. So yeah, it's not out of the question that would happen, and I don't see it happening very often. But you wouldn't want to be that one person that goes out there and spends £3,000 to promote your business and find out that you've got a problem. So.
And my daughter just was on a 16-day European tour, and I had to give her British pounds, Swiss francs, and a bunch of euros. And I will tell you that the British pound is £1 is worth, I think, was that $1.56? So it cost me a buck 56 for a pound. So yeah, you figure if it's 3,000 pounds in the UK, here in the United States, that's, I don't know what, almost over $4,000.
Don't start me with the math.
Yeah, it's more than more than anybody wants to to pay a fine or to fight them in court. It's just not worth it. And I guess let me stress one thing before we move any further. Both Dan and I, we're not attorneys. We're not giving legal advice. But we do know that there are really strict guidelines that in the design world, these companies, unfortunately, with websites like Fiverr, and there's nothing wrong with these websites, and logo creation or some of the other logo sites out there on the internet, people think that you can just buy a logo for $50 or $5 and have a logo made. They don't realize that in the Fortune 100, Fortune 500, the large multinational corporations, these guys are spending a boatload of money on their identity.
Oh, yeah.
And they spend even more money protecting that. And so, if you want to use it, all Dan and I are saying is look at the guidelines and adhere to them. If you can't use it, don't. If you can, just do it the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, exactly. John, we've got about 5 minutes left on this show, and why don't we talk a little bit, not go into detail, but a little bit about what we're going to do next week, just so people have know what we're going to have planned, and hopefully get them to come back.
Oh yeah. Now next week on the Promotional Products Show, we are going to talk about some really cool tech speakers and gadgets. And they are really, really hot right now. There's a lot of technology items. There's a lot of speakers, little tiny speakers that are very powerful, have Bluetooth capabilities, are wireless, and we just want to show you it's a great way to brand your company on an item that, well, I tell you what, if someone were to give a speaker to me, what we're going to be talking about, man, that would be the bee's knees. I would love getting something like that. The one thing about the promotional products, the most effective thing is that if it's useful, boy, people use them, and your logo's right there on their desk, carrying it with you at the beach, wherever you're going. that's the beauty of promotional products, is that they're highly active, they're useful, and so yeah, cool tech speakers and gadgets. You have any little insight on that?
Well, they just really started hitting in the last year, haven't they, John? I mean, just before that, we got those little cheapo things that really didn't sound very good, and you really wouldn't want to use them very often.
Right.
So, yeah, the quality of some of the stuff that's coming out now is pretty amazing, and the price, I think it's really reasonable.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
I'm looking forward to next week to show some of the different speakers that I've got here. My son's always trying to beg me for them so he can take them to school and do all this, with them. But they are a great way of promoting your business. And as you said, it's a useful product that is going to get the best results for your business. And what better gift could you give somebody than something they can listen to their music or their podcasts or listen to their audiobooks or even do as a Google Hangout. There are so many really good quality speakers and headphones now that I think it's a great product. Just for anyone doing a hangout will possibly want to send out little headphones to their customers or people that are going to be watching or being part of their show. So anyway, I'll get into all that next week with you as well. But I just think they're great products, and hopefully people will stop in next week to see some of the stuff that we have to show off.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, because we're both proud about the products that we sell and offer to our clients and prospects. And man, I tell you what, when I go in and make a presentation, everybody is just, they love it. And when you bring these cool tech gadgets, man, you really have people's attention.
You do, and that's just. Can you imagine going into someone's office with one of those and just saying, "Here, have it"? That's gonna bring an instant smile to their face.
Oh
and
yeah.
They're gonna love you for it, and they're gonna have your logo and your details. They're not gonna throw that away, are they? I mean, there is a lot of junk out there in the promotional products industry that
Yeah.
I wouldn't give away. I'll supply it if somebody asks me for it, but I wouldn't do it myself. These are products that people are going to keep, and if you're looking for something that people are going to want to have and are going to want to use, you shouldn't look very much further than that, because that's the times. That's what we're in. People have smartphones. They have their tablets, and they want to listen to stuff using these tablets. And so, like I said, next week is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to show off some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the price when they first came out a couple of years ago, they were very expensive. But as with everything else, supply and demand, when there's more demand, and the people are ramping up their factories and producing more, prices drop. And they have dropped significantly. And you will be really surprised at how affordable these little cool tech gadgets and these speakers are. And one other thing that I will say is that if you're thinking about doing promotional items, you have an event coming up, and you need 10,000 items. I mean, instead of perhaps buying 10,000 19-cent pens, maybe think about scaling that all back and thinking about quality instead of quantity.
Yeah, totally agree. So I don't know. I've got a few things to show up next week, so hopefully we'll get people back here, and
I just hope that with your enthusiasm that you can wait until next week.
Oh, I'm already collecting. I'm getting things brought in so that I can show them off. So
that's awesome. Well, excellent. Well, we wanted to keep this to a 20-minute hangout on air, and so we're right up against that. And so I just want to say thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this show. And we look forward to seeing you next Thursday at the same time. It would be 10 a.m. East Coast time here in the United States, and 3 p.m. over in the UK. Dan, do you have any final words?
No, just thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hope that you, if you missed it, hope that you watched it on the replay, and been great. Looking forward to doing more promotional gift shows with you, John, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right. Well, hey, that is we'll conclude with that comment, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.